Hi guys, it's Donna and welcome to our chair yoga for hips and legs. All right, so there's going to be some hip stretching, some leg strengthening, all that kind of loveliness in this chair yoga class. So let's get to it. All right, coming to your chair. Let's take a moment to tune in, sitting back, getting comfortable, resting your hands upon your legs, inviting the eyes to close softly and gently. Inhaling and exhaling. And I invite you to set an intention, something that brings you home to yourself. A feeling, a word that inspires, that uplifts. Lovely. And tuning into your breath, the inhalation and the exhalation, and inviting it to become a little bit more, whatever that might mean. Might be slower, or deeper, more even, more expansive. And let's do two deep exhales. Inhaling completely. Exhaling on a sigh. Once again, inhale and exhale. Beautiful. And then bringing your hands together, sealing that intention into your heart by completing the circle of the hands and the heart chakra. Then lowering your head towards your hands in gratitude for this day and for this breath. When you're ready, release your hands, flutter your eyes open, and come forward in your chair into our seated mountain pose. I'm actually going to move my chair back a little bit, I think. Maybe I'll see my feet a little bit more. There we go. All right. So beginning here in our seated mountain pose, a little away from the back of your chair, engaging your core, the four corners of the feet pressing into the earth, feeling the legs activate. And let's roll those shoulders around a little bit. Inhale up and exhale down. That's it. And then the other way. One more. Nice. Inhale, take both arms up. Exhale, sweep them down. Inhale, reaching, keep pressing down into the ground. Exhale, bring it down. One more. Inhale up. Exhale down. And this time go really slow, and with energy all the way through your fingertips. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. One more time like that, slow motion. Inhale, press down with your feet, reach with your hands. Imagine you're lifting something heavy up toward the sky. Exhaling, pressing down all the way. So we're going to heart center. Take a deep breath here and a full breath out. Nice. Taking your legs out, maybe scooch the edge of your chair and give those legs a shake. Wake them up. Nice. We're going to take one knee around. Sit and go the other direction. The other knee goes around. Put it down, another leg. Take it around. so we're getting into the hips, moving things, rotating. That's it, another direction a few times. It's also a core exercise. As you stay away from the back of the chair, take it down. Once again, legs out, give them a shake. Let those femur heads roll around inside the hip sockets. Nice. All right. And we're going to come first into our seated pigeon. So you can cross an ankle over a shin or over a knee, whichever one works for you. But we're working on this externally rotated knee. Okay. If you want to watch and keep your ankle and your knee safe, you can flex these toes back and that will activate more into the hip socket. Okay. Inhale, lift up in the chest. Exhale, round. So cat-cow breath. Inhale and exhale with a pigeon leg. Inhale and exhale. This time, inhale up. Exhale, beginning to lean forward. Okay? You can rest your forearms on your leg if that works for you. Or maybe you begin to bring your arms in front of your shin. Let the arms drape down, let the head relax. So if somebody wants something a little bit more advanced, you can stay here. That's a good place to be. Lots of hip stuff going on. But if you're like, I got this and I want something a little bit more, hook your foot over your tricep. Bring your hands to namaste and press the arm into the foot, and maybe you lift the entire foot off of your leg. All right, so that's the advanced version. All right, relax all the way down, bringing it up. Nice. Then bring that knee up toward the center and take a big breath in and twist to the side. Breathing in and breathing out. Broad in the chest, inviting the leg in toward the midline. All right. Twisting all the way to the other side. Inhale here. Exhale, going the other direction. And then see if this front arm and the knee can come together. Okay, so instead of having some space in between them, see if you can bring them to this midline of the body. Beautiful. From here, maybe you take your peace fingers, okay, and wrap them around your big toe for a bind. Maybe you grab your ankle. Maybe you grab your shin somewhere. See what you can grab onto. Okay, hold on. We're going to lift that up and reach. So you're still in a twist, still looking at the side, holding onto the back of your chair. Maybe you begin to take your front leg forward or out to the side. You can reach this arm out there. Nice. Bring it back to center. All right, you ready? Keeping your leg up, let go. Use that quad for 3, 2, 1, and lower. Yeah. All right. Pigeon on the second side. So like I said, you can cross your ankle here. It's a great place to be. Or you can bring it on top of the knee, whichever is working for your hip. Okay? Once again. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Couple more breaths. Rolling through the spine. Last one. Then one more big inhale, exhale, begin to hinge forward in the hips and rest your arms here, flexing these toes back toward the knee, okay? Or sliding the arms over. One of the things that I love about chair yoga is it's for everybody. All levels can do chair yoga. Just depends on your variation, so choose your variation. If you want to go for that challenge variation at this point, right, you bring your hands together, namaste, hook, flex these toes vigorously, press the tricep into the top of the foot. Oh, let's see if we can do it on this side. Yes! And bring it all the way back down. Let it go. One more big breath, everybody. Inhale to come up, bringing the knee up to center. Big breath in. Exhale and twist. So we're inviting the knee toward the midline of the body the entire time. It's going to stretch all through this outer hip. One more deep breath here. And we're going to twist all the way to the other side. Inhale to begin the twist. Exhale to end the twist. Okay, so you're facing the other direction. You want to bring that front arm and the knee toward one another. Press them together. The elbow can be bent with the fingers to the sky if you'd like, or the hands can be down, whichever's working for you. Spine is long, breath is full. Okay. And then, whether it's your peace fingers around the big toe, which is what I'm going to do, or holding onto an ankle, or somewhere else, the back of the leg, whatever's working for you, hold on, lift up, extend out. Okay? So your chest, your heart is still facing off to the side. Legs coming forward. It might be bent. It might be straightish. Maybe you swing it out to the side. Take your arm out to the side. Stretch in every direction. Make yourself big. Take up lots of space. Okay. Bringing your chest and your foot to center, facing front. Let go of the foot and keep the foot high. Okay, 3 breaths, 2 breaths, 1 breath, and let it down. Nice, well done. All right. So taking one knee and hooking it over your chair, and the other knee is going to come down toward the ground. All right. And just let this bottom leg kind of move around a little bit, let it hang down. We want to increase the traction. And the back toes can be curled, they can be flat, doesn't matter which one, whichever preference you have. Okay? And we're really going to let that foreleg drape down, get heavy, let the knee get heavy. Okay? And then hopefully the hip is going to want to start to come down, but prevent that from happening. Try and keep your pelvis somewhat flat and neutral, but just feel that lengthening through the quad. Okay. Now we're going to press down, whether you're pressing down with your toes or the top of your leg, the top of your foot, press down into the ground. Feel that quad stretch and relax. Once again, press down into the ground and relax. 3rd time, press down. While you keep pressing, little pelvic tilt. So imagine you're just pulling your pubic bone toward your navel like you're doing up some low-riser jeans. That's it, and let that all go. Relax again. All right. Now we're going to lift this entire back leg up off the ground and take it back and bring it right underneath again. Slide it back. Oh yes. Slide and relax. One more. Slide and relax. Okay. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, lean over the back of your chair while you let your knee sink down. Allow the hips to become uneven if you'd like. Open up the side body. And then lean forward across the body, kind of at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, open up the chest, lean back. Exhale, coming forward, stretching the low back. Inhale, stretch to the front side of the body. One more, lean forward, all the way up and back. Beautiful. And then let the arm drape around. Okay? Curling those back toes, begin to straighten the back leg. Okay? Maybe it doesn't get totally straight. Right? And watch your pelvis here. It'll be more like a bowl holding all the contents when the knee's bent. And as you straighten the leg, you may find that your pelvis begins to tilt, okay? Because the femur is pulling the pelvis. And feel free, if that happens, to go forward, okay? So that you have lots of space in the front and in the back of the body. So we're straightening the back leg. You're going to press into both feet. So pressing down into both feet, the back toes, the front foot, and maybe you press down so much that you come off of your chair into a high lunge position. Feel that, and go back down. Relax that bottom leg, sit up tall. Again, begin to straighten. Maybe your torso wants to lean forward. Press, lift. Lower. Okay, we might add some arms this time. Okay, begin to straighten that back leg. Press into the ground. As you lift, maybe it's one hand, maybe it's two hands, and you come off your chair. There it is, big and strong. Lean forward, stay off your chair if you can. Just hovering there. Strong in the back body, you're lifting, lifting, and gently lower down. All right. Second side. Okay, I'm going to start with some traction. Opening up the hip flexors. Those really need to be open. So many of us are working from home and spending a lot of time seated. So these hip flexors are getting tight. Okay, let it sink. Wiggle it around. Okay, pressing the foot into the ground. Press and relax. Press and relax. One more. Press and relax. Oh, we forgot the pelvic tilt. Press. Little pelvic tilt. Just bring it in. Really stretch through this hip flexor, that fourth quadricep muscle that attaches low in the belly. Let that go. Okay, so we're going to lift the lower leg up off the ground. Hold onto the back of your chair. Ready? Lift and lower. Lift. Oh, it's this one. Yes, go back. There it is. That's what it is. Slide it back and forward. Slide it back and forward. Slide it back. Very nice. Bring it forward. Shake it out. Curl those back toes and begin to straighten the back leg. Okay? As the back leg straightens, you'll probably want to lean a little bit, okay? Just so that you stay comfortable in your hips and your low back. Right. Begin to press into the ground. Press, you might lift off of the chair. Lower back down. Once again, press, building strength in those legs. Straighten that back leg. And lower down. Third time, let's add some arms. Press the foot, press the front foot, press the back foot. Lift one arm, maybe you lift two arms. Big and tall. Inhale here. Exhale, lean forward, you've got this. Be determined. Lift everything in the back body, the wrists, the shoulders, the back of the thigh, the calf, and lower on down. Beautiful. All right. Okay. So we're going to come into a little bit of a triangle pose. One knee is bent, the other leg is out. Okay. So maybe it's a side angle. It could be triangle. There's lots. I guess it's more of a side angle. Lifting up. Okay. Your toes can be flexed here. They can just be relaxed, or they could be pointed. Opening from the tippy toes all the way up to your fingertips. Nice. Gently bringing the arm down and around. Let's take both legs out. Okay. And again, it could be heels, it could be tippy toes, whatever is working for you. Once again, lean over. It's not so much a forward lean as a side lean. So maybe the hand is in front, maybe the hand is behind. Looking where it's comfortable for you. And then gently, I like to kind of bring it around. Come out. Okay, other side. Bend the knee. Reaching up. Reach from the foot, activate the foot. Maybe the heel's on the ground and you're flexing the toes and reaching up through the fingers. Maybe the toes are pointed. Imagine you're lifting up to the sky instead of sinking down onto the thigh. Beautiful. Bringing it down and around. Both legs are straight. Either heels or toes, you choose. Leaning over, lifting up. And again, hand might reach in front. Hand might feel better behind. For me, it feels better behind, because then I can really open up through my chest. Press into your feet. Breathe deep. Beautiful. Coming out softly and gently. Fabulous. All right. Let's get into a few standing poses. Bringing your chair so that the seat of the chair is towards you. Okay. Hands are on the back of the chair, ideally, but if it feels better for your shoulders to use the seat of the chair, do that. And you're going to start to walk your feet away, creating an L-type shape with your body. Soften the knees. And gently begin to open up through the shoulders. Imagine your hips are dragging away from the chair, almost to the point where the back legs of the chair begin to tip off the ground. Okay? So all four on the floor, and you drag them back. That's it. Beautiful. One more breath here. Nice. And then begin to walk it out. So straightening one leg, straightening the other leg, getting a little bit deeper into the low back. And just do this real slow and feel the stretch all the way from the outside of the ankle, through the hip, the armpit, maybe even to the wrist. And then roll to the other side. Beautiful. Eventually squaring the hips up for one more deep breath. Beautiful. Walking your feet toward the chair. Shake it out. Lovely. Okay, so once again, we're going to start in that chair dog position, walking the hips away. This time though, I do encourage you to hold on to the seat of the chair. And I know some people even like to put a blanket on the seat of the chair. That's how we often do it in my seniors gentle classes. There's a blanket on the seat of the chair. It makes it more comfortable. Walking your feet wide. Maybe your elbows come through the chair. And let your head drape down. Heel toe your feet as wide as you'd like. And then begin to bend one knee. So side lunging. Over you go. And the other side. Back and forth. That's it. Taking your time. Beautiful. Okay. Squaring up your hips. We're going to leave one arm on the ground. And the other hand might come to the hip. And then you're going to start to turn your chest. Okay? Beginning to stack shoulders. Maybe the hand that's on the hip goes to the sky. Okay. From here, doesn't matter which leg, but bend one knee. Beautiful. And then slide and bend the other knee. Square up the hips again. If you want to do that one more time on each side, go for it. Inhale here, reaching the fingers to the sky. Exhale. Arms to the chair. Second side. Okay? One hand comes to the hip. Begin to stack your shoulders. Hand can go to the sky. Bend one leg. Doesn't matter which one at first, because you know you're going to do both. Bend the other leg. Feel free to do that again on each side. And then inhale, reach your fingertips to the sky. Exhale, forearm to your chair. Maybe even your forehead to the chair. You can bend the knees, take the hips back into a really wide squat. And then gently come up, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Walk your feet together. All right. All right. So the last thing we're going to do is a little bit of footwork tonight. And so just taking one leg and coming up on the tippy toes of your foot and begin to shake it. Shake, 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 shake. Okay. And you can probably even do both legs because we're seated and we can manage that. So up onto the tippy toes, shake both legs, shake, 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 shake. Okay. So what we're doing is we're providing lots of proprioceptive input into the hips, the thighs, the knees, the calves, the ankles, the feet, so that your feet know where they are and your legs know where they are. And this helps with your balance, with your footing, so that when you walk, you're more aware of where you land your feet, and so that if you happen to slip on something, you can catch yourself a little bit faster. All right, now taking your knees in and coming up onto the big toe mound. Then we're going to roll through each toe. The knees are slowly going to roll out all the way to the little toe mound and then back in. Go slow. Knees in. Roll out slowly, stretching through the toes all the way out. All the way back in. And now we're going to roll the toes under. Be kind, because this can be really intense. And we're going to do the same thing. So keep in and roll it out. That's it. All the way to that little toe and back in and out. Maybe you want to do it a third time. Go slow. We're not in any rush here. And then when you're done, maybe you take your feet out, flex and point them a few times, roll through the ankles. All right, there you go. Sitting back, finding a comfortable seat, allowing the eyes to close. Inhaling and exhaling. Returning to your word from the beginning of class. And if you would like, feel free to make your treasure mudra by cupping one hand with the palm up and then the other hand with the palm down, as if you were holding something precious in between your hands. You can rest it at whatever height resonates with you. Counting our blessings. Treasuring all that we have. All that we are. Taking 2 more deep breaths. Last one. Releasing the mudra if you took it. Bringing your hands together at your heart. May you recognize your strength and the stability with which your legs carry you, and the fluidity in your creativity found in the hips. That these things guide you through this tumultuous time. Namaste. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day.